Welcome everybody, and thank you for tuning into the training tonight. I know the football isn't over yet. I had asked Dave earlier. I was like, "Well, what time should I schedule the training?" And you know, he's the one that told me 9, and now he's like, "Oh, well, you should have scheduled it a little later." But anyway, thank you guys for coming. You can tell I'm not like glued to the TV with the football, so I appreciate you guys attending tonight. First of all, Richard and Susan could not be on here with us. They're on their way to Beijing, and they just were down for the Hong Kong event, and they said it was spectacular. And they did send a few pictures. There was about 200 people, standing room only. Richard said that this office is stunning, and it's very, very impressive, and it was all set up with like 20 little Macs, and it's going to be a great show place and place for people to bring meetings. The other partner that you might not have heard about was there. Let me show a quick little screen share picture, named Lawrence. Lawrence had some obligations with another company, and now those obligations are done. He's got an outstanding reputation in this industry, 42 years. Let's see. I'm going to just go to the few of the photos that Richard and Susan posted. Somebody just 2G. It's like somebody created a Facebook fan page, the same name as our Facebook group. And now when I'm trying to pull up the I2G Pros, somebody's fan page is showing up. Okay, but here we are. And let's see if we can find these photos that... Oh, here is another update from Hong Kong. So they did talk about the music product. It's going to be launched February, beginning of March. So you're going to be able to make your own music videos and much, much more. And let's see. Yeah, here some of the highlights. Of course, the you know, they did some more product recognition, and the checks in the checks in December were even bigger than the checks in December. This was our December check for $326,595.30, and doesn't look like Richard gave me a shot of Jason Sims' check, but I understand he picked up a check that was over $400,000. Again, I know this is a training, but again, since these incomes are above average, the top incomes in the whole company, it's not representative that everybody else is going to get the exact same income, and it's dependent on obviously your own personal efforts. You know, to make that kind of income does require a lot of work and commitment on your part, but the fact that these incomes are possible in 5 months' time, I think speaks wonders about this opportunity. This is a view from the office in Hong Kong. So it's I forget what this harbor is called, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous view. What is this? Hong Kong Bay? Oh, here's the picture I wanted to show you. This is Mr. Lawrence Irvine. You're going to see a whole lot more with him. He's been in this industry for 42 2 years with leaders that you talk to. A lot of people are going to be very familiar with Mr. Lawrence Irvine, and I think that just gives our company a whole lot more credibility. Here's what Richard says, 42 years of experience, corporate, mostly in Asia. He left a $250 million a year company to be with us at I2G full time. So Richard got the pleasure to meet him. There was, oh, by the way, Susan put together a nice little video, highlights from the Long Beach event. If you haven't seen that yet, it's really a pretty fantastic little piece. Maybe I'll show you here just a little bit of it. I think it's can be very useful in your recruiting efforts. We're in.
Like this from all over the world, and people's lives are being changed.
This really shows that the teamwork makes the dream work.
Muy buenas tardes, muy buenas noches, ¿cómo estamos todos?
Without these two people, we wouldn't have this company. We are blessed, and if we could applaud them.
I want to say hello to everybody. I want to say hello to everybody. Just for the beginning, we're just seeing here projection tonight. Just a couple months worth.
I'm so proud of all the people coming up that are on my team. That's what makes it work.
I expect us to get $500 million in sales in 2000.
One of the leaders once said that if you are ever part of the entertainment industry, you guys are going to make a lot of money.
We've been network marketing actually for the past maybe 12 years. And I'll tell you, this is by far the juiciest and fun, the most fun that we've ever had.
Building your dreams. If we can build your dreams, that's all we want.
If we didn't have such a fantastic team of leaders, this would never be possible.
This will be you if you put your head down and go.
This has become a fantastic group of people.
On November 22nd, I went to my boss. I said, I resign.
Aquí muy contentos y quiero decirles a todas las familias que nos han ayudado, la familia Nolasco, gracias.
So many amazing people making big money, making great connections.
The computer doesn't care what color your skin is, whether you're male or female, what nationality you are, what political party you have, what religion you are. It will pay you no matter what, as long as you do the deal, work hard, focus, build your dream, and build other people's dreams. Everybody in this room can do it. If I can do it, you can do it.
It's getting bigger and bigger. Last month, we didn't quite double, but we came close to doubling revenues in the casino.
Basically combining all the social media platforms together into one place.
We're going to be releasing our new music video package, which is going to change not only network marketing, but how people do music video. Absolutely incredible. We have the exclusive for that.
We are really appreciative of this opportunity. Look how much money people are making. We're breaking records. But it took the courage of these two to start this company. I call it a success plan, a game plan, a strategy session. Key to success is showing up. So you guys showed up. Get yourself an hand.
People are using the website in Russian right now and Japanese. They got people over there doing that helping you.
Most importantly, I think I just got a vision for an opportunity, a vision to see something and make it a reality. No matter where you go, then I'm gonna go there, okay? With I2G, it's definitely a reality.
Please be there in the next convention. Bring a lot of people, a lot of guests. The more guests you bring, the more sales you will have.
Just be here, you know. Well, they work very hard and then be here because they will be the next ones standing on front receiving checks.
We are just amazingly blessed to be in this company. It's the right place at the right time.
I'm Alex Leva, and I'm with I2G. My name's Andre Leva.
And I'm with I2G. I'm Arthur Ortega. I'm with I2G.
No matter where you go, then I'm gonna go there, okay?
Hi, I'm John Levy, and I'm with I2G.
I'm Mariah Ton.
I'm Ray Datan.
And we're with I2G. My name is Patricia Platt, and I'm with I2G.
Aloha, I'm Raymond with I2G. From Hawaii, Shaka.
Okay, that was fantastic. Let me find, I'm going to come back to you guys. Yeah, Susan and John Daly put that together, and they just did a phenomenal job. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, they did a phenomenal job on that, and that's posted in the room. I'm going to post it in the files section. I think it's on the Now TV YouTube channel too. She also did a little video clip of the Korea group. I think it was like a 2-minute video clip. So as we move into international, I think you're going to see a whole lot more of that kind of thing going on. We're really going to be streamlining the casino. You're going to see it made very simple. And also, I don't know if I'm supposed to announce this yet, but they're talking about having a free sign-up for the casino customers, which is going to make it like a one-step process. It's going to be very, very simple for your customers in the casino to get right onto the casino website. So first of all, Richard and Susan are off to Beijing, and they're going to be there for, I believe, 3 days. So if you know anybody in China, then get in touch with us or get a message to Richard and Susan so we can see if we can arrange a meeting for you. Then after that, they're going back to Japan, and we'll be in, I believe, Tokyo and Osaka. So if you know anybody in Japan, please get in touch with us so that we can set up a meeting for you there. So let me see. There was actually a lot of things that I wanted to cover. I think, first of all, what I'm going to do, though, before I get into the things that I want to cover, for those of you that were on the last 2 trainings and Hangouts where we were talking about talking to people on Facebook, conversing with them, responding to friend requests, storytelling, I'm going to bring on Patricia to talk about the results that she's having doing this method of operation. And, you know, Patricia, why don't you come on and just kind of share with us your experience? You had a good week last week, and it sounds like you really had a good week this week. So learning and growing every week, and you're getting, you know, some incredible results now.
Thank you, Faraday. I truly believe that the only reason that I'm getting such great results is because I'm taking what I learned from these trainings and putting them into immediate application. And that's what is so important, because we're able to learn from people who are succeeding where we want to succeed. So putting that knowledge into application is going to get results. And I can prove that, because this week, in just the last couple of days, in fact, I took everything that I learned from the other day and I put it into immediate action, and I'm already seeing results. I'm getting people to make a decision, and that is what you're looking for, is to get someone to either say, no, I'm not interested, no thank you, which is okay because then we can move on, or get people to that point so much faster. And I'm that I acquired watching the trainings that you guys have put on. I'm responding to my friends' requests, every single one, and I'm starting quality conversations, and I am also qualifying my leads because I want them to be quality conversations that are going to get me to the point where that person is making a decision, because that's what I'm after, right? I don't want to just, shoot the breeze for a week and skip around the subject. I want to get right into it, just like you said, get right into it right away, and it's working. I'm shocked, but it is working. I mean, I've been doing this a long time with absolutely squat for results. So I can tell you that, what Faraday is telling you is absolutely the way to go, because I've tried everything else, I can tell you that, and it just doesn't work. So,
and did you say you
take this information and
you have 2 emperors, you said, coming in this week? Who committed to coming in at the emperor level?
Yes, my downline. We've been using the 3-way calls, and they are working. We have some emperors coming in this week. We have a couple of novices coming in this week. I have 3 people who are coming in. 1 is a high roller, and 2, I think, is novices as well. But one of those people reached out to me from seeing posts that I'm making in the groups. And this is where what you said about consistency comes into play, because I am consistently posting at least 200 times in those groups, in 200 groups a day, every day. And because this man saw my posts every day, he reached out to me, and I got him on the phone, and I talked to him, and I had a quality conversation, and I was able to get him to make a decision. But it all goes back to every single thing that we've been learning in the last couple of weeks. I'm just using it. I mean, I'm not doing anything special. I'm just doing exactly what you said to do.
It's simple. It's pretty simple, huh? It's just doing it every single day.
It is. It's just consistency and putting it into application. That's all it is. It's that easy.
Yeah.
Who would have known, right?
Well, that's awesome, and that's what I love to see, because a lot of times we've gone over a lot of subjects in these trainings. If you haven't seen our trainings, you can go back. We've got 9 of them that have been archived in the files section of the I2G Pros. And, we've covered, the subjects that have started with, we've talked about posting with Facebook groups. We've talked about the auto posters. We've talked about responding to friend requests. We've talked about creating events on Facebook, inviting people to the Hangouts on Tuesdays and Thursdays with your Facebook events, posting your events to your Facebook page, to Google+, to LinkedIn, to Twitter. Then we have, talked about YouTube videos, and we've talked about, effective storytelling. So we've covered a lot of basics. You could go, and I get people saying, well, what do you do every day? I'm like, haven't you seen any of the trainings? This is what I do. This is what I do every single day. And I just, because it's really as easy as talking to people. And, consistent action, is the key to your success. And consistent action does not mean doing something that we suggest one day and then not doing it for 4 days in a row, or doing it one day you know, doing it 5 days in a row and then not doing it for 2 weeks at a time, and then coming back and telling us that it's not working. You know, the other, I think it was yesterday, Richard put a post in the room, and he said, you know, that we're putting together 90-day game plans, and we wanted to know who was serious and who was committed, who was in. And there was a lot of you guys, you know, that all raised your hands, and you said, I'm in. I am with you guys. I'm in. 90 days is a commitment that I believe every one of you need to make if you're serious about your business. I mean, I'm going to actually get together a form where you write it down that you commit to yourself, and you commit to I2G, and you commit to a daily method of operation, you know, for 90 days straight. Because you know what, sometimes, you know, it doesn't happen overnight for every single person. And it doesn't always happen with just talking to your first 2 people. Success happens because of consistent, simple daily action, but that's taken over and over and over and over again, every single day of the week. If you have a part-time, if you have a full-time job, you know, I tell people that you still have to have a full-time attitude and set aside the time, treat it like a business, and use those hours to commit to your business. So I would like all of you guys to write it down. When you write something down, you make yourself accountable. And I'm thinking we'll post some figs and gauges forms in the room, so that you who are new to business or new to network marketing, you can have a daily method of operation, which is, it's always going to come down to how many people you talk to, how many people you get the hangout out to, how many people you get the vision call out to, how many stories you tell in a day. You know, I can tell you that I probably generally tell at least 20 stories a day. You know, I will respond to at least usually 20 friend requests a day where I am sharing stories, just like we talked about in detail in the last 2 hangouts. So I would like you guys to put it to paper and commit. If you guys are with us, we're committed to you. We get on there 24/7. Whenever you call us, we are there for you. I mean, I want to also talk about, after we talk about commitment, you know, the ones we really want to lock arms with are the ones that are committed, and they're committing to us and to I2G also. You know, you owe that to yourself. The incomes here are real. They're changing people's lives. You can see that me and Dave are just average people. We're not anything particularly special. We've failed at network marketing programs just like everybody else. We've had plenty of failures and disappointments just like everybody else. You know, 18 months ago, we couldn't sell a $25 blog in 6 months, and we felt like giving up. We've had come across people that will want to rain on our parade. We've come across the people that will try to poke holes in whatever you do and say, oh, well, that's not going to work. How sustainable is that? Oh, that's a money game. Blah, 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 blah. So, you know, if you are experiencing it, we've gone through it too. You know, but, you know, we have 100% put that aside. You know, on a day-by-day basis, we come across that, you know, maybe not as often now as what we did, you know, because now we've got, you know, the Chuck stories behind us. You still get people that will rain on your parade. what all of these leaders that you just saw in this video have in common, is one, I would call them leaders. Leaders, leaders start by initially at some point being good followers and following direction and continuing in a method of operation till they learn how to be good leaders and they can teach their teams to do the same. But all of the top earners in this company, everybody you saw in that video, they're 100% committed to I2G. Not every one of them got off to a really fast start, but every one of them that stayed committed is having exceptional results now. And there's a lot of examples of people that maybe they did not get off to the fastest start. Not everybody is going to, find like Dennis did, a Jason Sims. But you could maybe not have to do as many friend requests and everything else every single day if you find a couple Jasons. But most of us aren't going to find a couple Jasons, and we're going to have to talk to a whole lot more people to find another Jason Sims. And that's what I call, I tell people, a lot of new people that get in the business, and they're like, well, I talked to 5 people, and then, they all said no. They wouldn't look at it. Of course, I'm going to look at what they say. I'm going to look at how they said it, or I'm going to tell them, your mistake is saying anything at all. Why didn't you use the Hangout? But in general, even though you're going to get an incredibly better response with I2G than anything else out there, period, you're still going to sometimes have to chuck for oysters. And, I heard that back in, when I first got involved with network marketing, and that stuck with me. Sometimes you have to go through 100 clams or 100 oysters to find a pearl. So when somebody comes back to me and says they haven't got anybody to join them yet, I tell them to keep chucking. Keep chucking for oysters. And so that's what you have to do. I think we'll put together a 90-day game plan form and some figs and gauges so that everybody can commit. And I'm going to have Dave talk about the 90-day game plan here in just a minute, because that's what initially, turned his whole life around. I asked a special, before we get into that, there are 2 things I want to cover first. One, first of all, I invited a special guest on the line with us because he just got started in the last 2 weeks with I2G. He's already having success with I2G. He is a leader, and he's formerly achieved incomes of $40,000 a month with a previous program. And there's some different ways of marketing the program. I don't know every method. This is actually a method that Chuck has familiarity with that worked extremely well for him. So I'm going to be bringing different people on using different methods, because mine is only one method. You got to think outside the box when you're a networker, when you're a marketer, and you have to always be fixing and refining your marketing techniques. So Chuck, maybe you can come on and talk a little bit about how you had such quick and fast success previously. And, I think you said you're putting something similar together for I2G.
Yeah, Faraday, that was great. Can you hear me?
I do.
Yeah, it's exciting because I'm listening to Patricia here, and really what got her over the level of what she just told you, if people were listening, that she was not really having success in the beginning, but because she had the stickability to stay with it, she's now acquiring her success, and she will be very successful because she is she has stickability, and that is very key when you're in any type of business, even if you're going to work and getting paid on a weekly, deal. If you don't stick your tail in that office 5 days a week, you'll find your tail sticking at your house because you won't have a job. So stickability in whatever you do is very key. You talk about my success in other companies, and I've always been successful in most of my companies because I really believed in what I was doing, and I sold my belief to people I spoke with. And I've had some hardship in my life that's dramatically changed my life, and I'll get into that another time. But during that process, I wrote up on a board, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. And it's really in your own mind is what stops you from your success. It's nobody else. It's your own mind that brings you to success in your level of belief in what you're doing. And that's very key if you're in this business. And the reason I say that is because that comes across in what you say. What you feel speaks louder than what you say. So if you don't have belief in what you say, then they're gonna feel it when you're speaking. Be that said, I was actually creating some copy now for the group I'm getting involved, and setting up, like you just said, a simple strategy for them to get in, like Patricia just said, getting them working. And I'm going to read to you what I wrote real quick here, and then I'll tell you a little bit about my direct mail program and what I do. In this, it's basically simple proven success methods that I've learned from Faraday and other people on this panel here. And let me share something with you before I read that. I've never been on Facebook. This is my third webcam. I don't know anything about this stuff. I don't understand. I haven't even posted an ad yet, okay? But I'm ready. I'm learning, and I'm going to do it. So we'll be posting ads tomorrow and working with other methods. I've actually had my downline teaching me, and you teaching me, and that's very key to be teachable. So let me share with you what I wrote here, because I'm a firm believer of all of the ways and means of the business. Patricia talked about three-way calls. Those are awesome. They actually, you can go from one person to the next person to the next person to the next person doing three-way calls. And I had a friend of mine, Jerry Rubin, I don't know if you've ever heard of him, in Chicago 7. He was actually in Omnitrition. He was a master three-way caller. And this guy would get you in the business, sit you in front of a phone, and bring people to that phone, and he would teach you three-way calls. So three-way calls, Patricia, is awesome, and it will actually excel your business incredibly. But again, all the ways and means of the business, Facebook, Craigslist, free ads, and all the stuff that Faraday's doing is working for her, and also duplicating in her downline, which is another key to building a successful organization. And Faraday's check's bigger than mine, so I don't even know why I'm talking right now. But be that said, her duplication process has got me the $40,000 a month earner starting a Facebook account, if that makes any sense, okay? So I am duplicatable. Let me share with you what I just wrote to that I'm going to be passing down to new people I'm putting in my organization. It basically says, very quickly, let me congratulate you for joining your I2G business. My name is Chuck King. I am most likely your partner in your home business above if you have received this free, easy step process to making serious monthly income. Although I am a proven success teacher in the home business industry and have helped more average people just like you make very serious monthly income in their home business ventures quickly, please understand, I am not the only proven success teacher on your team above you. You have years of experience and proven success leaders that have taught me what I am teaching you right now in the proven success steps below, which brings me to my next point. I have shared with you that I have helped more average people just like you make serious monthly income in their home business, even seniors in their late 70s. And be that said, there is only one reason I was able and am able to help average people just like you make money, is that I am teachable. I learn what is working and do exactly what those leaders do. This is my first lesson in your mind. This is my first lesson in your mind. Be teachable and do exactly what I share with you below over and over again, and you will change your life. All right, now be that said, those are success steps that I've been taught from you, the Facebook and the whole thing like that. So it's duplicating exactly what you're doing, Faraday. Now let me talk a little bit about direct mail. I am a direct mail master. I can write copy, and I'm very good at writing copy. When I was doing direct mail 7 years ago, I am now re-educating myself after being out of this industry for so long to do direct mail again, because you know that personal growth, you have to get back into it. So now my mind has to change into what it used to be, which is helping people make money, and direct mail is a very powerful way to do it. We had a phone center with a 4,000 square foot office, and I had 17-year-olds answering the phone, taking credit card information with scripts that I wrote, and I would listen to their conversation and hone in their conversation while people would call on our credit card marketing program. We incorporated a 6-page letter on a $500 product, and we signed up over 900 people in a month, and we didn't have to argue, we didn't have to kick them, and they weren't screaming. They actually called with their credit cards ready. So, which brings me to my next point. We will be starting a marketing campaign doing direct mail as soon as I put all the ducks in a row. But understand this, and I'm going to give it back to Faraday. What you feel speaks louder than what you say. And your words can make you or break you. And I'm not giving you all this in your mind to say, okay, great, well, I'm not a flamboyant speaker, or I'm not a great this, or I'm not a great that. Because believe it or not, it really doesn't matter, because your excitement is actually it's contagious. So be very excited about what you're doing, because most people can only get about 5% as excited as you are. And you may not have the proper words, but Faraday sure does. Dave sure does. Like I just read to you in my copy that I wrote. My upline has the proper things to say, even though I do not. And I gladly edify them, because they are making money, and they are, like Faraday said, and this is another key, she answers the phone. She's put in the effort. She knows exactly what she's doing. She does it over and over again, and she's very successful at it. So be that said, if you want to make the checks and you want to, you know, desire what the things you want to have, set your goal. What do you want? Do you want to pay your bills with your home business in a month? Do you want to make $500 in your first week? Do you want to put 2 or 3 people in your business in a week? Whatever that goal is, put it before you in front of your computer and do exactly what your leaders are doing. And I thank you for having me on, Faraday.
Boy, that was fantastic, Chuck, and wow, you know that it was funny too when you talked about Jerry Rubin. Do you know Jerry Rubin with Omnutrition? That was the reason I dropped out of grad school at USC to start network marketing. It was Jerry Rubin, and he was making that $50,000, $60,000 a month with Omnutrition, and he called it the last bastion of free enterprise. And
yeah, man, Jerry was great.
I was sold on the path of free enterprise, you know. Yeah, he was fantastic. But, you know, Chuck made some fantastic points, you know, I mean, which are, you know, commit, you know, stay focused, be teachable, use your upline. I mean, Chuck, you know, the first day of the business, he already had me on the phone with 3 different people, or maybe more. You know, he's had me on the phone, you know, and while he's building up his story, you know, Chuck knows how to present the business. You just saw him talking. You know, this guy, you know, knows how to talk to people. But you know what? You know, even the top leaders, you know, even top leaders that have earned big money, they already know the power of a 3-way call and the third-party validation. It has worked for as long as I've been involved in around network marketing, and it will always work. And, you know, if you're not utilizing your upline for 3-way calls, then you certainly should do it. Katrina Dugar, who I tried to get onto the Hangout tonight, but she couldn't get on with her connection. But she started having unbelievable success in the last 3 weeks, and 3 weeks, I guess, where she's really started utilizing me and her other sponsor, Joseph Bradley, to her benefit. So what I wanted to have Katrina share with you, she actually did something a little bit different. And she put together one group of 6 people for me to talk to, and then another group of 10 people, and another group of 10 people, and she got them all to her house. And then she had me call into a conference call. And Katrina is very consistent. She's been in from the very beginning. She's been doing her postings. She's been creating events. She's been, promoting the Hangouts. But this was the first time she really utilized me for 3-way calls, or 6-way or 10-way. That's even better. If you can put me on with 6 or 10 or 20 people, that's even better. But, she got a group of people together at her home, and then she arranged the time with me, and she had me call in and talk to her prospects, and it went amazing. And now she's got, I think this week, I think she's brought in like 3 emperors in the last the last 2 weeks while we've been talking to these groups of people for her. And she's got several more high rollers and several more novices. So she did it 3 times in a row. One time was I think it was just last night. It was Saturday night, 9:30 my time. So, because it's, or it was 10:30 my time. So, I mean, I don't care what time it is. If you're committed to the business, we're committed to you, and we will be available. I had a new sign up today, and she said, I see you on the Hangouts. I didn't want to bother you. I'm like, you're not bothering me. I want you to be successful. Anybody, can pick up the phone, and they can talk to me. And there's nothing to be scared about talking to me. I'm just an average person, and okay. That was Dave peeking in. I think he wanted to see if, I was going to call on him now, which I'm getting ready to call on him. Let me see if there was anything else. So, think outside the box. If you can get a group of people, me, Dave, Richard, Susan, or, if we're your immediate upline, great. If not, let's involve your immediate upline. Plus, we'll, come and do a meeting for your group. Before I bring Dave up, there's one more thing I want to cover. We're going to plan a South Florida event here very shortly. I've got a couple guys looking into the prices on the meeting rooms, or whether there's a restaurant that has a additional meeting room that maybe can hold about 100 people. And once we know all the details and I let you know, I want you guys to just blow it up. There's nothing like the power of, getting face-to-face, with the other team members, and getting your guests in front of us and letting us help close them. So once we just get the date set up, we're going to try to blow it up. We're going to try to get more. We're going to try to set the example and have more guests than anybody. We're going to have the Craigslist ads going, and we're going to have the newspaper ads going. We're going to do everything to load it up, and that's what I want you to do too. And we'll let you know exactly what you can do. We'll give you ad copy, how to promote it, and you just drive. Any guests in Florida, you get them there. So we'll get you the details on that. And then I'm going to bring Dave on now. And, Dave, I'd like you to cover a little bit more about the 90-day game plan and commitment and focus and leadership. We had one phone call tonight, and, it's a gentleman that he started off really, really strong, and I really thought I had really high hopes, but he didn't stay committed long enough. He stayed committed for a few weeks, and then he got to hearing about this deal and that deal and this deal and that deal. You don't see the leaders in this company that are making the 6-figure monthly incomes getting swayed you know, from this deal to that deal to this deal to that deal. You know what? You know, a lot of people promote the multiple streams of income, you know, but you don't see a lot of people making the kind of six-figure monthly incomes that the leaders in your company, I2G, are making. And I don't know of any multiple streamers that are making the kind of money that your leaders are making in I2G. And I believe, you know, you've got the best game in town. You've got the hottest, the fastest income stories in the history of network marketing. You have the most cutting edge, hot, sexy, unique, different product in the whole industry. Commit to this program. Commit to yourself. Commit to 90 days. And if you can't commit to 90 days, then, you know, I say don't commit at all. You know, 90 days or nothing. You know, climb the mountain, or, you know, die by the side trying, but climb that mountain for 90 days. And we're 100% here to support you in doing that and to make sure you're successful. And if you take these daily steps, day in, day out, consistent daily action, get the hangout to 5 people, storytelling to 5, 10, 15, 20 people a day, and you will have amazing success with I2G in the year ahead. And with that, Dave, are you there? I'm going to bring Dave on. I know he's raring to.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm actually into the 2-minute drill on the game, and I've given it up, and I've come to the desk. I was actually blown away here, guys, tonight as I listened to the training. I got lured in, even though the games are on and it's the playoffs and all the basics. See, the football players are no different than anybody else. It's the basics that's going to win the championships today. But, you know, we had some phone calls today that I told Farah, I said, we really got to focus on this 90-day plan. Because this particular individual was somebody that I worked with like a dog, and he gave up. He gave up, and it's kind of funny that he gave up, and he bought somebody else's dreams, and he called me, and he's trying to puke on me and trying to give me everything else, and I challenged him, and I was pretty serious with him, because those that get to know me know that, for one thing, I only really care about you. I really do, because without you, we'll never get where we want to go, okay? And I know that if I can help you, I can do that. And you know what really became evident to me was, before we were setting up for the training, was Patricia Platt. Patricia Platt came to us. I'll never forget how I ran into her, how I got introduced to her, how I fell into her and then hunted her down. I hunted her down, okay, because I knew that I could just tell that this lady wanted it. I could tell. Now, guys, I want you to really get into her story. Never mind about the guys that the birds and the things, because, see, the guys that fall by the wayside, it's okay. They're going to always fall by the wayside. They're not ready yet. See, when the student's ready, the teacher will appear. When the student's ready, the teacher will appear. And we never know who the teacher is. We never figure that out until we're ready, okay? And for some, they just never get it. They stumble through life like this all the time, doing a 9 to 5, doing a deal. And there's nothing wrong with 9 to 5, but if you want to know what a true pyramid is, that's one, the 9 to 5, okay? The 90-day plan totally changed my life, okay? I'll never forget it. I was in my early 30s. I'll never forget it. My goal was to make $5,000 a month. I'll never forget it. I was earning about $3,200 at the time, and a guy made me commit, and when I did, he took me through the steps. My first 30 days were at $5,300. 60 days later, it was $10,360, and he said, Dave, we've got to readjust your goals, because we had a 90-day plan, and if we had just went with the plan, we'd already blown by it. See, so we had to keep readjusting. And how we readjusted was, I go, okay, great, what do we do? And he said, we're going to wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. And all I was doing was helping people learn how to make $100, $500, $1,000, $5,000. Simple assignment, easy math for a dropout like me. Anybody could do it. Okay? So I'm going back to Patricia Platt because this is a real life story in I2G. I want you to understand that I2G just finished its 5th month. August 1st was our first month, okay? August 1st was day 1 for the company. So figure out 90 days. You figure it out. Now, the first 90 days in this company wasn't so easy, okay? When we started, I got to say, you get to be the very first one. I had no stories. I had no nothing except that I decided to drink first. I decided to take the glass of water and just drink it while everybody else was deciding what I was going to do. I guzzled it down and went for it, okay? In the first 30 days, we knew that we had to do one thing. We had to pave the story. We had to create the story, and then we had to pave the way for us to be a leader in the company to go and do that. And we did that in our very first month. Okay? We earned about $50,000 in our first month, and that got attention. But here's what people said. You know, well, whatever. The second month, 60 days in, 60 was 156. Okay? People starting to pay attention, guys, but we're only 60 days in. Come 90 days, we had our first event. We had our first events going on. It was unbelievable over in Commerce, California. Couldn't believe what was going on. And they put the checks out. And if you go into our room, and you can see the different checks and what started to happen. Okay? That third month was worth $221,000. Okay? I don't know about you, but for a high school dropout, it was pretty serious for me to be able to earn that kind of income and to be able to stay focused and be able to run. In that interim, I had hundreds of people that came and gone in our business, and we're building other deals. They're in our room now. They're in our room. They come to our company, and they always prey upon the weak. The weak prey upon the weak. And that's okay, because we can't control everybody. All we can do is hope that one person gets this. If one gets what we're talking about tonight, we became the ultimate winner, okay? And I'll never forget this, because Patricia Platt, I'm going back to, okay, had just came from that type of an environment, week upon the week, week upon the week. She doesn't even know that I know this, and I know she doesn't know I'm going to even talk about this, okay? But this is reality, guys. I had literally got teary-eyed and goosebumps listening to her tonight. Here's why. I'll never forget when I talked to her, the person that brought her into the business told me all about her, okay? He thought. But we missed a few things, okay? And that's okay, because not everybody knows everything. And as I built this relationship with Patricia, and I was just asking her, and she let me know it's not even quite a full 90 days, I don't think. She was telling me the days, because Farah had to buckle me down because it was right at the beginning of the training. But here's the thing. See, I started asking Patricia a few things, and it started really getting clear. And obviously, you can't push somebody to somewhere they don't want to go. They got to want to go there themselves. And she had to work her way there. I want you to understand something. She's a single mom, a mother of 3, okay? Just recently divorced, okay? And wanted this thing. She's bought the dream, lock, stock, hook, and barrel, okay? She came out, I'll never forget it. She came out and met us out in California. I went and I picked her up. I'll never forget it. And I got to talk with her. And see, bonding and meeting people special it gets special. There's special things that happen. I don't know what it is, but it's magical when this kind of stuff happens. And I'll never forget it. And of course, she came to the event, and it was great. And of course, I won't talk about her end of the event, but she could tell you that was a nightmare in itself. But we saved the day with her, and she was good. Here's the deal. She never let it get her down. And when she got down, she got back up. Now, she's been on all these trainings that we've been doing. But she's just now starting to get into the application of the magic. 90 days. She could have quit. She could have been on the naysayer and been back over on the hater side. Okay? She could have been. Ask her what it's worth to her today. Okay? Ask her in 30 more days. Mother of 3. Okay? Every distraction in the world. Every excuse in the world why not to work. Single mom. Recently divorced. Could go and do anything she ever wanted to go do. She stuck to it. Chuck in on some special stuff. Stick-to-itiveness. Stick-to-itiveness is the key. See? Because I don't care what company you go build, because it has to be unique, hot, and sexy, or you're not going to make any money. But you can succeed. You can succeed. I just don't know what success is for you. I know what we like to make when we do this type of stuff. Okay? And when we've got a company as unique as what we have, when you take a plan that we're talking about, and I'm not talking about Facebook. I'm not talking about posting. I'm not talking about ads, and I'm not talking about friendship. See, I'm talking about what Chuck talked about. Passion. His belief. Everybody he sees, it didn't matter whether he had a Facebook account or not. He believes. He's running. People say to me, Dave, it just flows off for you. The only difference that flows off for me is I've got, what, now 120 and what's 30 more? 150 days more practice than you. So, and not bad for a dropout. It took me a minute to figure it out. Sorry, guys. But I got about 150 days worth of experience more than you. I've said the story a few more times. It gets a little easier, okay? And it gets a lot easier for when I see the quitters. See, because in life, we're going to have quitters. And you and I both know them all. We know them all. And people that we want to have it will go for it. And there's other ones that we think will go for it and they'll never go for it. There's nothing you and I can do about that. Here's the only thing we can control. You and you only. Okay? You and you only. I can't control what Farah does. Okay? She can't control what I do. Boy, if you can get it to work together, though, you talk about a Reese's peanut butter cup. Holy moly, man, look out, look out. Boy, it comes on fire. When you get a husband and wife that does this together, there's nothing better. I mean, it's kind of funny. Here I am in a playoff game. The final 2 minutes are gone down. I don't even know who's won on this game. My dad's here. I let him know I had to step aside. You know why? Because the training is so special. And after the calls, because I fielded calls all day today, but I put him aside because I have my dad here. Because he's not doing so good. Okay? And, the parents get older, and you got to do what you're going to do. And I spend the time with my dad. But, my dad walks in, he gives me a hug, and he lets me know. He goes, son, you know something? I'm so proud of you. He's so proud of me. He knows what we're doing. Guys, my mom can't share that with me. She's not here. Okay? I worked through it. But here's the deal. The changes that you can change for people, if you change yourself, you cannot put a price tag on it, okay? They just put us with a check that I can't even comprehend that we did for month 5, okay? And we let the event handle itself while we built you a business here, okay? Versus, because we didn't need to go to the event. Events, as we'll teach you, the event will take care of itself. It's what you do to get people to go to these events where you'll become the winner. And that's what we went and did. And the crowd there proved it. Farah was eloquently about that with the video. You watched what happened. By the way, guys, Lawrence Irvine just came from a big company, CCC, 45-year vet. Corporate in time, any company would have died to have him. He just got out of that. He's locked up. He's going to work all of Asia for us. Guys, our plan right now, at 5 months old, the Kool-Aid has been drank. It's done. We're lock, stock, and barrel as real as it can get. You're never going to get a better chance than right now. okay? And a 90-day plan starts with you and just a day at a time believing. If you believe, okay, and start swallowing a little bit and learning a little bit, by the end of 90 days, you will not believe what you've consumed and how the fluid will start going with you. Farrah mentioned a person. It's kind of funny because I'm going to share this story because I watched this lady, and I watched this lady grow. Katrina, her and Joseph, is kind of even funny how they found out about I2G, okay? They actually went to a wrong hangout of ours and thought they were going to get one thing and got another, okay? And they ended up doing I2G, okay? Now, Katrina works for the IRS, I just found out, of all things. Imagine that, okay? Talk about pretty thorough, right? I mean, I went, oh, my God, don't tell her anything. Oh, boy. No, it's all right. I'm all set with that. We're good. Here's the thing. I'm just kidding, guys. Here's the thing. She is putting 10 people last night in a room with people. Let me ask you something. What kind of friends do you think she had looking at this thing? And it's going, okay? This deal's real, guys, as real as it can get, okay? You need to apply the 90 days for you. And here's what I'm going to ask you. You know, Farrah says she wants figs and gauges, and figs and gauges are good, but here's the best thing. And I've said this every training, and I'll always say this at every training. It really doesn't matter what you put on paper till you decide what you want. If you don't know what you want, you will never get it, period. Doesn't matter how you write it down. There's no pixie dust. There's no magical stuff going to come down and boom, you're going to get rich. You've got to have a plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, period. High school dropout, I'm telling you. I know that shit's real. It's real as it gets, okay? Here's the deal, okay? Put the plan down. Chuck said it. You know, if it's $500, great. If it's an extra $2,000, great. Okay? If it's an extra $5,000, whatever, but we've got to have a plan to get you there. Because the posting, the groups, the magical stuff, all that doesn't matter unless you have a plan. Because you're just spraying all over the place. That's why people jump all over the place. Hop to this grass, mosey over here, mosey over there, get nothing. That's why I tell you to bring me all those people, because we're getting them. And I'm serious about that. I'm serious. It's not a joke, okay? I'm serious when I'm talking about this stuff. See, because I don't know what your goals are for 2014, but I know that we're in 19 days of 2014. I stated it on the first of the year what our goals were, and our goals are very specific. We're taking 1,000 people to $10,000 a month. We need about 850 more. Notice it was about 900 about 19 days ago, okay? Question is, are you going to be one, okay? And it's okay if you're not, and maybe you don't want 10. So what? What if I could change your life for 4,000 or 5,000? An extra 40,000 a year wouldn't be too bad, right? Extra 50? I mean, what kind of clock are you punching to make that kind of money? Okay? So I want you to think about that. How about an extra $20,000 a year? You know how easy that would be to do in I2G? Think about this for a minute, guys. 5-month-old company, 5 months. The incomes that you're seeing aren't heard of, okay? The incomes don't mean that just some people are making money. That means we got huge teams that are making money. The question is it you and your team accelerating? And if it is, that's great. Then you get into what Chuck talked about, duplication. What Farrah talked about, duplication. What Patricia's doing, duplication, her team. What Dave does, it's duplication. We've got guys that are literally going out and doing it and duplicating it and saying, I want what you've got. I've watched it long enough. I can't stand it anymore. I got to have it. I got to do it. Okay? You don't have to say it my way. You don't have to say it Farrah's way or Chuck's way or Patricia's way. But you got to learn to say it some way that works. See, when they get into this 90-day plan, it's funny because we've had some people now with us 35, 40 days, 45 days, and they keep calling me and they say, hey, Dave, it's really not working for me that good yet. And I say, yeah, I know. You know, you don't think I'm looking? Because I am. Dropout, but we do chart our business. You know, we figure it out. But I'm not going to come chase you. You got to make a decision. And I said, well, let me ask you a few questions. And this is the killer. This is when they hate it. All of a sudden, their phone's busy. They got to take a call. They got to drop off. The kid's screaming. Something's going on. But when I ask them, I say, hey, between you and me, tell me what you say to people. Oh, man, I got to go. Wife's yelling for me. Hey, kid's got to go. I got to pick my kid up. Whatever. They all bail out. I mean, I've heard all the excuses, guys. But here's the deal. It's okay. It's okay if you don't tell me. But here's what I know. That if you say somewhat close to what we say, just somewhat, you'll probably score. You're going to score, and you won't have a zero. You know, 45 days into a deal, and I'm a zero still, I'd be really reevaluating myself. I wouldn't be reevaluating the company that's going in leaps and bounds. I'd be looking at me and taking responsibility for me and saying, what am I doing wrong? Why have I been here doing this, banging my head and doing it wrong? Why? Guys, go do somewhere else. If you're in this deal and you're in 60 days and you aren't starting to see something, please go look at one of the trains. Try to figure something out. Talk to somebody, but don't go complain to everybody because you don't even know what to say or what to go do, and you haven't tried to apply it. See, Chuck's, what, 2 weeks into the business? Look at him. He's trying to revamp everything. I don't want him to revamp anything. I know what Chuck's going to do. I'm shaking the bushes with guys that he knows because I know the guys that he's going after. Okay? And they're all going to be in his group. Guess what? They're all going to be in his group. They're going to come in. They're going to be under him now. Okay? You know, Patricia, she's watching, and now what's going on? All them people that watched her at the beginning stumbling can't ruffle her feather no more. They can't rumple her parade. They try, but they're not getting anywhere. See, you can't let the birds get you, okay? And then if you give that a 90-day effort of going, I'm not going to let the birds get me. I'm not going to let the haters get me. I'm not going to let the people that tell me it won't work get me. Just start feeding a little bit of whatever we're talking about here, just a little bit. I will promise you this. In 90 days, your business will go out of control. Now, here's what I will share with you. We're getting ready to do a real 90-day plan. Another one. I laugh because this one's only 150 days old, and Lord Almighty, 7 figures already in 150 days is pretty unbelievable. But we're getting ready to really implement this thing and step it up. Okay? And what that means is we're getting ready to get serious. When Farrah says we're getting ready, let me tell you something, guys. When she tells you we're getting ready, that lady's not fooling around, okay? I will tell you this. When we do the South Florida thing, guys, get ready. You don't think we're getting 100 seats for you, do you? Because we already know we'll probably get just the distributors showing up. We're bringing guests. But I know one thing. When I get there with the most guests the first night, our distributor's going to go, what the heck happened? There's already got it down because we already know. Majority of them are just going to show up. Some of them won't. We've got some major leaders that are going to not wait for us on that. They know us bet too good for that, and they'll go into action. But we also know we have a lot of them that won't. But they'll show up. And when they show up and watch us closing, 15, 20 new people in a room, because I guarantee you we'll have minimum that many new whenever we're going to do a meeting, because I know what me and Farrah will do, and that will happen. That's going to get serious stuff, and they're going to go into action from that. And that's what we want to do. And it's just about stepping up. What will happen? What do you think is going to happen to our group in another 90 days if we lead by that design? Anything's going to happen. I'll tell you, I know it's going to happen. We've already talked to the accountants. We've already got everything in. We already know what's happening. And it's kind of scary because internationally, everything. Our day starts at 8 o'clock in the morning right here at 8:30. I am on Skype nonstop working the clock right around all the way up to about 1 at night. Around the clock, between that and three-ways and whatever. Those that use me know I don't can't always answer on the first time anymore. That's why it's always best texting me because of what we're doing. And believe me, I will get with you because you're important to me. But that's what's going on, and it's now catapulting at a whole new level. Guys, take a good look at that video. Take a good look at that Hong Kong infrastructure that we just put together. That's big deal. It's big news, okay? That's big. It's big for us right there, what just happened. Those of you that don't believe it, it's okay. Watch on for the next 90 days and watch what happens. Join us on these 90-day plan, and what if? What if your life changed? What if? You be the judge. Here's what I do know. We need about 850 more. We're going to get them regardless. We're going to take them. I know that we're going to get a couple more. Every week we get a couple more. Momentum starts to kick in. It will be ripping. By June, I'll be interested to see where we're really at. But what's more important is, are you going to be one? Guys, I don't know of another vehicle in direct sales right now that you can go change your life this fast, that quick, with two of the hottest, sexiest products in the globe that Google says. Not Dave and Farah, not Chuck, not Patricia, not Rick, Maike, not Richard, none of my teammates, none of that. Google. Okay? Two of the hottest trends. Get your head wrapped around that, guys. Then get your head wrapped around, maybe it will work, and then rock and roll with us. With that, Farah, I don't know if you've missed anything that you want, but guys, here's what I will share with you. The 90-day plans have changed my life, changed mine and my wife's life. What happened was, I will let you know that when I met Farah, we did our first 90. She didn't know she was even getting induced into the 90-day plan with me. And it literally busted us wide open, and we rocketed to #1. Bingo. 90 days. Bingo. Game over. It's happening here. It's going to happen again. We're getting ready to go. Mark it where it was today. Mark the date. You come and see me, what, January, February, March, April. Come around April. Hey, right after tax day, I guess, right? Come and see me right after April 19th and see where we're closing out at and see where we're at. I know one thing, we're going to be having a lot of fun. And I know our team's going to be a lot bigger. And we do hope that it's you that's coming with us. With that, Farah, I'm going to turn it back to you. I'm sure you'll hit all the points that I've missed. And thanks, guys. Really appreciate you. And look forward to helping you with your figs and gauges. Let's get it rocking and rolling. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you, Dave. And thank you guys all for attending. And, you know, if you guys liked the last little workshop we did where we interacted with you and went into your Facebook and did some critiquing, let us know and we'll do more of that. You know, we've been going on over an hour now, so I'm going to let you get back to your Sunday nights and, you know, let's have a fantastic week. Thanks again, and you guys have a fantastic night.